live, baby.
We're live, baby. Piri Piri Chicken time. Let's go. Here's how you make perfect barbecue pulled pork. Here's how you make perfect barbecue piri piri chicken at home for you and your friends. I live in a flat. We don't have a barbecue, but I still want that lovely smoky barbecue flavor. So, starting off with the marinade, it is basically, we've got some beautiful roasted red peppers. Now you can buy these from any supermarket. They've been cooked over fire. They've then peeled them and they kind of preserve them in this lovely brine, which is kind of vinegary, it's sweet, it's spicy. And that is gonna be the base of our piri piri marinade. We've then got some garlic, chopped chili, a little bit of lemon zest and lemon juice, and then we're just finally bringing it all together with some smoked paprika, gonna add to the smoky flavor, and some mixed herbs, which is gonna give us that lovely earthy note, which is perfect for piri piri chicken. Onto the marinade. Do about 2 tablespoons of the brine. Remember, that's where a lot of the flavor's in there. So, garlic, chili. I just love my tabernacle. What an icon, Sabrina. Let me know down below, what is your go-to kitchen singing song? At the moment, I'm on a bit of Sabrina kick, and I also love that Ophelia song. You know, the I can take a penny from the land and the sea. And finally, just a little bit of salt and pepper, just like with everything. And boom, it's as simple as that, piri piri marinade. Yeah, that like packs a punch. We've just packed so much flavor in there. The acidity of the lemon, got the sweetness of the peppers, spiciness of the chili, the garlic's in there mingling around. So that is just, look at that color. I mean, come on. So right here we have a half chicken, which is basically half a chicken. I quite like it because obviously it's a big portion. I'm a very hungry boy, but also you get a mixture of the breast meat and the dark meat, which is really nice. And then just really simply, marinade goes on. And just really kind of move that aside, kind of let the flavors get to know each other. We're about to go to Samdo's right now. This should be a little bit spicy. We've got some chili in there, but it shouldn't be blowing your head off. Yeah, get that in the oven for about half an hour, and then we're gonna get it under a hot grill just to get a nice crispy skin. Okay, so while that chills out in the oven, we're heading on to our potatoes. Now, I've just got these really boring new potatoes. They're not great. They're pretty average, but I'm gonna show you a way of how to kind of elevate them and make them go from boring potatoes to like the best thing you've ever had. So, just really simply, you just chop these in half. You can even just kind of rip them up, actually, just rip them up like that. And if you rip them up, you see these kind of little nooks and crannies? That is kind of what we're after. So nothing too fancy. Just gonna go like that. And I quite like the fact that it's quite rustic. You know, we're not making Michelin star food here, people. We're just making dinner. We're just trying to elevate it as well. So nothing too fancy. Then they go into a hot pan with a little bit of veg oil, just to kind of get some color, get some crispiness. And like I said earlier, you see these little bits here and here? That's gonna pick up all the oil and we're gonna get really lovely crispy potatoes because of it. So while these are getting nice and golden brown, we're just gonna crush some garlic and just get that into the pan and let the garlic kind of infuse into the potatoes. A little touch more oil. And already, as soon as that garlic hits the pan, the smell starts to change, the flavor starts to develop. Just gonna throw in a few sprigs of rosemary. Now, we've all had rosemary on our roast potatoes, but this is just gonna have a really nice floral note. Quite earthy, but it just rosemary is such an underused herb, I think. And like pair that with the garlic as well. It's an absolute winner. Cut that bit out. So as you can see, we're starting to get some really nice color on these spuds. You know, we're gonna go in with a little bit of butter. Just when you thought these potatoes couldn't get any better, just gonna finish it with a little chopped parsley right at the end, because that's just gonna give us a final little bit of freshness, as well as some lemon zest as well. So we've taken some boring, old, crappy little spuds, and we've turned them into like a fresh, vibrant, sexy dish. Here we go, the smell's incredible. If you went to a restaurant and you had those, it'd cost you about 8 quid. You know, but here, everything's free, baby. Lovely, lovely. But I think this is cooked. Okay, I think, yeah, that's cooked. Okay. Well, once it has a little bit of spring back and it's, you know, the feeling of kind of cooked chicken, and you've got to think how many chickens I've cooked over the years. You're kind of wanting a little bit of resistance. If it feels a bit like soft and ploddy's not the right word, but it's just that bit dead almost, that's when it's not cooked. When it springs back and you can kind of feel the juices inside the chicken kind of resisting, that's when you know it's cooked. Right now, we've got a beautiful, cooked, spicy piri piri chicken, but that is not what I promised you. I promised you barbecue chicken. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna finish it under the grill, get that skin really nice and crispy, and that's just gonna, I mean, this is delicious as it is, but just getting crispy skin is just gonna finish it all off. Okay, ready? Out. Oh. Woo. Here we go. And that is my barbecue piri piri chicken done in my flat with no barbecue needed. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's smoky, it's spicy, it's zesty, it's sexy. We've got some great new potatoes on there and marinated tomato salad. That is healthy, delicious. Woo. Woo. Yeah,